right, Tool Bros, welcome back to the Snap-on Epiq Toolbox Organization Series. It's been a famous hit for you real men out there watching this dorky white-collar guy play with some tools. But in fairness, this project is coming together nicely. I mean, if you look at the top drawers, so I've got my sockets laid out, waiting for a couple other sets. I called my Snap-on guy. I'm hoping he has some stuff in inventory because some of the stuff is on back order. So the top drawer is done. Second drawer is screwdrivers. It's kind of torn. Screwdrivers or wrenches. This drawer is shorter, so the wrenches don't fit as well, and so the third drawer is where all the wrenches are going. I am missing two big sets. I mean, this covers pretty much everything. I have the long-handled, the long double box for 15 and straight, and then I have the metric and SAE ratcheting. I chose not to do the whatever flank drive plus. I don't like that little goofy little tip on it. So today's video we're going to work on organizing the wrench drawer. I'm going to do this temporarily because I think I should have more wrenches coming, but you'll see it's laid out. I'm taking up a whole drawer. We're probably going to only take up about half of this when we lay this stuff out. But I'm cutting my boards, and if you watch the other videos, I cut it with a circular saw. This time I get to cut it because I have my Swiss Trax floor tile cutter here. You don't need this. I mean, I have this floor tile cutter I've been using for years and cutting all the Swiss Trax stuff. Same basic concept. But this I have set up, so I set my guide here and I made my line. So actually I only really needed to make a line on one of them. I shouldn't have even worried about measuring. And I take the tile cutter and cut it like that. So if you watch the other video, you know, that's about as clean as you can get. You don't get any fraying or you know, plastic melting or anything. So it is an advantage if you happen to have access to a tile cutter, carpet tile, floor tile cutter. That does make it quite a bit easier to do. So these 6x6, somebody brought up a good point. I like these much more than the original panels, but this is more expensive. It's more expensive to do the 6x6s. And you don't really see the seams, so some people were complaining about, well, you know, I like the bigger pieces. The problem is if you did the original boards, the big boards that Tool Grid did, you would have, this drawer would have like 2 or 3 boards, and then they don't clip together at all. So this is a much better option. You know, I should mention before we get too far into this, these toolboxes, go to obsessedgarage.com, put links in the description and the card. I'm doing a giveaway on these. So once I'm done with this, we're gonna, I forgot about it, I should have kept the pallet for this thing. We're gonna ship this thing somewhere. So it's gonna go to somebody in the US and Canada. So if you're in US, Canada, ex-Quebec, you can enter to win. It's digital entry only, so you're not buying any products. You can either add it to your cart when you're buying stuff from us, or you can just go and make a digital entry purchase. Every dollar you spend gets you an entry. At the end of this, I think right now we're about 12 days in. I think we have like $13,000 worth of entries. So we have what, 13,000 entries, which is probably like 200 or 300, 400 people, something like that. So go on and sign up. The other thing we're running, so you may want to add this to your cart when you're purchasing stuff, starting probably today when you're watching this video, maybe tomorrow, maybe it was the day before, but we're running what I'm calling a capacity sale. We have new software, so I'm trying to break the system. I have the software people coming, so want to get tons of orders so we can break it, figure out what's, you know, what tweaks we can make, and that software project has been a 6-month-long project, and so we're running 9% off, free shipping over 9% for September's the 9th month, and we're going to run free shipping above $500. So check those two things out if you'll help me out here, because I'm $60-something thousand into these toolboxes, and yeah, I need to buy some stuff so that way I don't lose my shirt. So let's put these. Oh my gosh, this is so much easier. It's gonna take freaking 2 minutes here. Let's just blow through these. took me 30 minutes to cut it with a circular saw. It's gonna take me 45 seconds to cut it with the floor tile cutter. So I have to try to sneak it past this. Uh-oh. Got too cocky there. It's a little too long. Snip a little off of these. Making it like tight fit. So it's not going anywhere. That's the other huge advantage of these 6-inch ones, is that you don't have to have a gap. You're cutting a sliver, you have to make sure you hold it down because it wants to create an angle on you. And this one we have to cut around this little tab here. So with this, just use a sharp razor blade. Flip over, you want an extra tile, little chunk. Good. Let's see how this fits. I'm redoing this. It's all the way in the corner. So there we go. All right. Boom. Okay. So now we can get to the task at hand, which is bleeding all over the place, which is to line up the wrenches. So these guys here for SAE will use red. Now there's two different types. There is a narrow and a fat, and they look really similar. So see how that's a little fatter than that one. So as we go up in wrench size, we may need to switch from the narrower one to the fatter one. So let's just kind of set some of these up here. These were, like, the reason why I have these bins filled with this, I had set up my entire garage in my previous house with all Sonic and tool grid, and when I moved, I took it all out and just kind of kept it. And so I've used it in various reorganization projects, this being one of them. I mean, you can see pretty clearly when you have them next to each other which ones are the narrow ones, which ones are the fatter ones for bigger wrenches. So this product is, some of you guys that are kind of stuck in that American tool world, you know this as a Matco product. This is not a Matco product. This is a product that's sold to Matco from a company called Mantis Tool Grid. This is a gentleman invented this up in, I think it's somewhere near London, Ontario, I think. I think they're north of Toronto. But I met them at SEMA in 2019, I believe. I found them over, not at the SEMA show, but over at the Epiq show, which is the more industry specific show. And they had a drawer like this size, kind of laid out with everything. I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. Now, I don't love the colors. As I get more into this, I may try to make my own line of this product where I think they should all be gray, so that way it doesn't look quite as in your face. But obviously the blue and the red, you know, the concept here is that they're for metric and SAE. So I think that there's some room for improvement in the future on the look of this. So I'm assuming that I'm not going to get the more snap-on tools in time. So I think I'm going to lay it out as we have it here with what I got. I mean, this drawer is probably $8,000 worth of tools. I mean, insane amount of money. 500, let's just say they're each 500 bucks, which are not 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. I think this was like 800 or 900 bucks, or maybe 1,000 bucks. So I think we're probably, you know, maybe 8,000 is not correct. Maybe probably closer to 5 or 6. So not cheap. All right, so I think let's do the So you see how much room this takes if you were to lay these out, or if you were to keep it in the plastic that they come with. So I think that we're going to see a pretty substantial difference in how much room we have. So these are pretty thin. Let me see. Yeah, so it's too thick for the thinner version. So we're going to need, especially on the 24, we're going to need the bigger version. So they have two types of these for wrench holders. They also have this type where you can lay the wrench down. If your drawer is really narrow, really short, this will help to shorten it up. I don't like to use these unless I have to, because these hold the tools much better. Let's just figure out what makes sense here. We have room, so I'm not going to tuck it all the way in there. I'd like to be able to see it, so I think that's where we'll start our first one. And let's just see. I like that. It's nice and fixed up against the edge. I can pull it out easily. I think that's a good spot. And so then with wrenches, what you do is you stack them up, and what will happen is, well, I'll show you. As we get smaller in size, we'll need to start to move it in one like this. This will likely stay in the same spot, and we'll just kind of carry it in as we work our way down in size. It's going to need to go even further in. Normally I'll kind of do 3 and then 1 over, but the snap-ons are a little different. I think I like it like that. Oh shoot, this is metric. Let's change this. Let's put our SAE in the corner here. So then, oops, that's another skinny one. So then what you'll see the hole from the top? That's where you'll screw in. So we'll drive our screws in after we get everything set up. So I like to set up all my drawers before I go and, before I go and fasten everything down. Yes, it's still a little too fat. You could force it into the small one, but I think it's better to have a little play so it's easier to get out. So I could consider shifting it so I match these all up. I'll bring this over. I kind of like how that looks, the way we have it. So 9/16. Yeah, now we go to the smaller, because this gets thinner as the wrenches get smaller. It's a little tighter than I would like. So they all sit in the same vertical plane here on the right side, and then we kind of jog in as we get down in size. So that, where that took up, this much space, we now tuck in tighter here. Now, since we don't have a ton of wrenches, like normally what I would do is then I would kind of come in like this, right, where we'd match up. But I don't feel like I need to do that. I think what I'll do is so if I do ratcheting here, I think I like the idea of my ratcheting wrenches in front. I'm probably going to use these more often. I'll put these behind, so I'll put this back here. Fixed wrenches that way, and then we'll bring our others out here. Let's just see how it goes. So I want to stay in the same plane. Just guess. Looks pretty good. Right. 22. Should go 19. 18. Another 17, 16, Let's see how we're doing here. Yep. 15. Fat one, then we'll go skinny. We'll do the small ones. I find these to be kind of fun to do because it just goes quicker. Got over 110. I do end up reorganizing this drawer more often though when I'm dealing with wrenches to try to squeeze more into it. I'm not gonna have to do that in this particular setup, but whoever wins this box may want to end up doing that. Sweet. It's pretty cool. So now, I don't know if I like how this is shaping up here. Let's see. Yeah, we got plenty of room. I don't know if I like this. I think I'm gonna mess this all up. Yeah, I think this is the way. Then I can have 3 sets of stuff. All right, I can have ratcheting, regular box, double box. This is one of those things. If I was a mechanic, or if I guess most mechanics aren't going to have this kind of thing. But if I was a mechanic, or I was using this toolbox every single day. Like I've done this with my Sonic setup, just keep moving stuff around. So I wouldn't fix all of these, I wouldn't screw these all down until I kind of used it for a couple of months and then adjust it as needed. I think this is fun. Yep. This is going to be the way to go. Looks good. Nice. Okay, so I guess I'll stick with my SAE first. I'm still telling you though, like toolbox versus cabinets. I mean, unless you're in a situation where you need to be mobile, you can get so much more for your money. And I think much nicer for your money if you go with a cabinet array versus rolling toolboxes. Plus, most of the cabinet array companies will have like a dock type where you can dock your rolling box. Sonic, Rousseau, Lista, they all have options where you can have a single rolling cabinet for like most used tools, if that's something you wanted. I find it with the car on the lift, just have like a cart, and even then most of the time I just walk over to the countertop. It's not that inconvenient. Now if I was billing by the hour, then I wanted to be most efficient, I would work on all kinds of efficiencies. So that goes there, and I can shift this here. Go along this low row. I like that. Does that look good? I think so. So I've got roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's shift it over 1. Because these are a little longer, get the same amount of space. Again, if I was trying to maximize, I would be tucking this in as tight as possible. But I kind of want to fill up the drawer for now. Make it look more expensive. 1, 2, so we got not as many here. those are all in like that. We'll do our metric on top. I think that's the way to go. I'm gonna have to go get some more of these, I think. This makes me feel good using up all the stuff that's been sitting on the shelf. You know, the stuff is not cheap, but it's not like crazy amounts of money. Like, we'll add up how much this whole toolbox costs, like all the tool grid in here. I'll have somebody get a spreadsheet out and put that together for us so we can see what this costs. We got a gap of 2, so let's do that same thing. So 19. Yeah, I mean, if I did get the other sets of wrenches, I'll need to tighten this up a bit, but for the thumbnail on this, we'll make this look good with what we got. It's not like we're skimping here. I mean, this is a lot of money worth of wrenches. And this could certainly tackle anything you need it to, I think. This is like at the exact wrong height for my lower back here. The other thing you can do on these, which this makes more sense to me, is that you can put a little sticker here for sizing. I might do that as well. It's really tedious, and I normally don't do it, but I might do it on this set. All right, so I gotta go get some more of these guys. Need a couple more packages of these. So I've got no offsets. We'll do no offset first. Wow, it's a lot shorter. So do the big side on the right, the open, the flat part facing forward. I feel like that could be, I don't know why, I'm a sucker for long reach wrenches. And then you've got 15 degrees, so this one has a 15-degree offset. I like that. I like the length of these. It's pretty sweet. I don't like how gooped up it is. I need to clean it with some brake cleaner. I'm gonna go get a couple. I ran out. I'm gonna go get a couple of cans of brake cleaner. Clean these suckers off. So we'll leave a 2-piece gap there. I guess the Snap-on Bro argument would be keep it from rusting. Well, these are plated. These are chrome plated or whatever. So I don't think that's necessary. They don't call them fat and skinny. They call them medium and small. That's a typical Canadian appeasement thing there. Canadians are nice. We wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Doesn't seem to stop anybody from calling me fatso on. Yeah. These 15-degree ones kind of throw me for a loop here. They're a little different. Okay, so we'll do another gap of 2, so that's done. See, I mean, I probably should have put the metric first. I was thinking you would want to reach more like, yeah, this is more visible. I think I like this better, where the metric is kind of down the middle, because these are a little harder to see. You'd have to stand back. The only thing I was considering was, well, if I only open the drawer like this much, then I would grab my, metrics first. But I think most of the time I'm going to open the drawer at least halfway, and I can see, it's a little easier to see, at least at my height, the middle row versus, gosh, everything's so greasy. This is all brand new. Why am I all greased up? This is stupid. I don't like that overlap though, 15, 14. I don't like having two 15s in a single set. It's kind of dumb. That's a snap-on move if I've ever seen one though. 2018, 1917, 16, 15, 15, 14. I don't know though, because I think the fancy Japanese ones do that too. 22, 24, 22, 19, 17, 18, 16, then 17, 14, 15, 13, 14, 12, 12, 10, 10. So they repeated 3 numbers in their set. That's annoying. Don't repeat them. That's stupid. I'm sure there's a, you know, a real man reason, but. So this will go back to small. Nice. All right, last one. Okay, we'll do another skip 2. $19, $17. Gosh, look how dirty that is. It's freaking brand new. And I wiped them all down twice already. It's like they're like creating grease. It's like it's grease coming out the metal or something. Is that a feature that I don't know about? It's kind of, it's not skank drive. It's it's got some sort of special secretion capabilities or something I don't know about. Snap-on's patented lubrication methodology. Something. Last one. And we can sit back and admire our work. Yep. It's all greased up. Gosh. Yeah, I need more wrenches, man. So we had basically taken up the whole drawer. And again, if I tighten this up and sort of offset long and short, you know, we could tighten this up substantially. You know, so I could fit almost twice as many wrenches in here as I have in the future. So there's lots of future expandability. And so what I'll do later is I may label these. Maybe we'll come back and do a labeling video. But the next drawers we have to do are, so these are worthless drawers. Can't put anything in here. So these are useless. These drawers here will be my next drawers. And so I have hammers to deal with here. So let's see. I got the hammers to put in, and I've got, so to clean that out, I've got to do chisels, whatever, you know, pry bars, chisels, and files. And then I've also got T-handles to put somewhere. I don't know if we have room. I don't think we can fit that in the screwdriver drawer, so I'll probably put all these together. I think that's it. Oh, I got all these to deal with, so this will be a fun one. We'll save a lot of space by gridding these out. So that'll probably be tomorrow's video. We'll dig into these guys. And so I've got 2, 4, 6 more drawers to do. And so I really only have 1, 2, 3. So three of these 6 will fill up with something. That'll be good. Thanks for watching. Go to obsessedgarage.com. Buy yourself a spot. Somebody's going to win this sucker or that sucker. We'll get into the Sonic box here in a few days when the tools start showing up. That is going to be more foam. It's going to be all foam inlay, so it's going to be a different style, different setup. Quite a bit less work for me, but you know, there's 2 different opposing types of organization system we're going to work on. Thanks for watching.